Natalie Imbruglia, the beloved Australian-British singer who skyrocketed to fame in the late 90s with her global hit Torn, has found herself back in the headlines, this time not for a new album or a Hollywood appearance, but for something both timeless and telling: how the public treats women in the spotlight as they age. At 50 years old, Imbruglia took the stage in Cork, Ireland, for a performance alongside fellow music legends The Cause and Imelda May, delivering a lively, joy-filled set that transported audiences back to the era of her breakout success. Clad in a billowing black skirt, fitted black top, and edgy boots, Natalie looked stylish and confident as she energetically sang her iconic hit to an enthusiastic crowd. The scene was a moment of nostalgia and empowerment for many who grew up with her music, but not everyone responded with the grace and admiration she deserved. Clips from the performance shared online quickly drew criticism from some viewers who chose to focus not on her music, her longevity, or her undeniable presence, but on her appearance. Unkind and unnecessary remarks surfaced, with a few users body-shaming the singer or making ageist comments. But what happened next was more powerful than the negativity itself. Her fans rose up in overwhelming support, drowning out the hate with words of admiration, defense, and love. "All the people calling her fat in the comments are truly the least attractive people online," one passionate supporter commented, adding, "They're also mainly failures. How many of them have been as successful as am I?" Another follower wrote simply and truthfully, "Blimey. She's 50. She looks incredible." The praise didn't stop there. Many fans chimed in to celebrate Imbruglia for what she represents in today's image-obsessed culture: a real woman who embraces her age, exudes authenticity, and continues to shine. "Still looking good though at 50, one comment read, "Most of the haters aren't coming close to looking that good in their 30s. Others praised her stage presence, calling her timeless, graceful, and proof that true beauty isn't defined by age or superficial expectations. One fan summed it up best with a line that captured the spirit of the entire moment: "Aged like fine wine." Far beyond defending a favorite celebrity, this wave of support became a public rejection of toxic standards and unrealistic beauty ideals so often imposed on women in entertainment. In a time when aging is still wrongly seen by many as something to hide or apologize for, especially for women, Natalie Imbruglia's supporters reminded the world that growing older is not only natural but also something to be celebrated. They didn't just stand by her, they lifted her up as a symbol of resilience, longevity, and unapologetic self-confidence. And as Natalie stood under the spotlight, singing the song that made her famous decades ago, she also reminded all of us that real talent, genuine charm, and a strong spirit don't fade with time, they deepen, mature, and inspire. For her fans, Natalie Imbruglia remains not just a star of the past, but a woman of strength and relevance today. And if this moment proves anything, it's that no amount of online criticism can dim the light of someone who continues to shine so brightly on stage, and in the hearts of those who've loved her all along. 90s pop sensation Natalie Imbruglia is once again in the spotlight, not just for her unforgettable music, but for the powerful wave of support from fans defending her against recent online criticism. The Australian-British singer, best known for her 1997 hit Torn, performed in Cork, Ireland, alongside The Cause and Imelda May, captivating the crowd with her vibrant stage presence and unmistakable voice. At 50, Natalie appeared confident and radiant in a flowing black skirt, fitted top, and boots, bouncing around the stage to the delight of fans. However, some social media users focused less on her performance and more on her appearance, sparking a string of body-shaming remarks. That negativity didn't last long, as fans swiftly came to her defense, flooding the comment section with love and praise. One supporter didn't hold back, writing, "All the people calling her fat in the comments are truly the least attractive people online. They're also mainly failures. How many of them have been as successful as am I?" Others echoed the sentiment, calling her incredible and reminding critics that most of the haters aren't coming close to looking that good in their 30s. The overwhelming majority celebrated Natalie for her authenticity and grace, calling her a real woman and praising how she's aged like fine wine. In a time when women in the public eye are often unfairly judged for simply growing older, Imbruglia's fans made it clear: talent, beauty, and confidence have no expiration date. Their support sent a strong message: Natalie is still every bit the icon she was in the 90s, and her fans wouldn't have it any other way. It's also worth noting that Natalie Imbruglia has never been one to chase fame or stay in the spotlight for the sake of it. Over the years, she's taken time out of the public eye, focused on her mental health, spoken openly about challenges in her personal and professional life, and even became a mother later in life. Her return to music, and particularly her decision to perform live at 50, was not about recapturing the past, it was about honoring the present. That alone is a message worth amplifying. She didn't return as a pop princess from the past, she returned as a woman with life behind her, wisdom within her, and a voice that still resonates. And in an age where so many performances feel manufactured and overly polished, hers felt refreshingly real. You could see it in the way she smiled mid-song, the way she interacted with her band, the ease with which she owned that stage. For her fans, this moment wasn't about nostalgia, it was about evolution. And in defending her, they weren't just defending Natalie. They were defending every woman who chooses to live boldly and visibly, even when the world tells her to shrink. So yes, Natalie Imbruglia is trending again, but not because of a scandal or a viral meme. She's trending because she reminded people what it means to be genuinely seen. And if there's one thing this moment proves, it's that authenticity never goes out of style. Natalie's beauty isn't just in how she looks, it's in how she shows up. Real, grounded, and unshaken. And while critics may try to cling to outdated standards, her fans have spoken louder. Natalie is still a beautiful woman. Not in spite of her age, but because of the life she's lived through it. Would you like a voiceover script, video description, SEO-optimized YouTube title, or thumb?